Hey guys, welcome back to the Barstoolers. We're back in Dublin. The voice is a little raspy, but we made it back in one piece. So the main thing is the tie is still there to play for. All there to play for. It's 0-0 going back to Dublin. There's no suspensions going into Tuesday. Didn't seem to be any injury worries either. No. Spoke to Nick yesterday. Spoke to a couple of people after the match. Kevin, what did you make of it from Dublin?
It was a very tense affair. I think turgid stuff at times. I think we made it difficult for them, and obviously that was the objective going there. I thought we possibly gave them a bit more respect than they possibly deserved. They only created 2 real chances, both through Christian Eriksen. There was a chance for which Sisto, their winger, had, and then the double save that Dan Randolph made in the first couple of minutes.
Cisco.
No, Sisto. Cisco. Calm down. They just play that whenever he scores. I thought it was kind of the movable logic versus the unstoppable force kind of thing. It wasn't the game of the highest quality. No. But I think we do have some positives going into Tuesday. I think that we definitely will feel like we can get a result. I think we've seen them after the first leg and kind of said, you know what, these guys as I said, they opened us up twice in the whole game, and to have a player like Christian Eriksen playing and open us up twice, I think is okay. Obviously, you don't want them creating any kind of chances, but if we defend in that kind of a way again, but if we can have a bit more of an impetus going forward, I think we're more than capable of getting a positive result on.
It wasn't spectacular by any stretch of the imagination, but it did kind of seem like the plan was to just kind of grind them down, the same as kind of in Wales in the first half, just absorb all the pressure
and then try and nick a goal.
Because it's a 2-legged affair, it is kind of this like, right, the first leg, absorb the pressure. If we can get a goal on the break, fine. Chrissy had a rest chance. That was on a real notable chance. But we absorbed all the pressure. And I was speaking yesterday to our mate Johnny from Denmark, and we were saying before the end to him, we're like, how do you think it's going to go? And he said, well, if Ireland set up defensively, we'll find it very difficult to break down. And that's the way it came to be.
But even thinking their team selection up, and I was surprised. Looking forward to the game, I thought that Poulsen, who did come on as a sub, would have started instead of Cornelius. But even the fact that Cornelius started showed that they were going for a more direct approach. The fact that they were playing a big man out wide right.
That kind of suited us as well.
It did suit us, but I think they were possibly trying to target Stephen Ward.
But it seemed to be targeting Christie more in the first half, and then it wasn't really working, so they switched it on.
They did. Even you saw they brought on Bentner. It was very much getting the ball into the box as quickly as possible in a directed manner as possible. I
think the Danish media as well, and the kind of seemed to the fans after were a bit disappointed. There was a few boos at the end. I was reading some of the player ratings that they gave their own players, and they weren't great. I think one of them gave Jurgens on like a 1 out of 10. I was a bit harsh, but that's the way it is.
I think we just frustrated them, and I think that, as you said, I think that's probably a telltale sign across media, fans, and probably the team itself.
And we weren't there. I didn't feel like we were there to play football. We were there. No. Someone tweeted, I don't know who it was on Twitter. Someone can let me know. And I was like, Ireland have just come to just crush any joy left in football for Danish people. And that was true. They just went to kind of grind them down, take it back to Dublin. If you'd offered us before the start of this campaign, going, all you have to do is beat Denmark at home to qualify.
We said in the preview, we said a draw is a good result.
Yeah, would have been better with a late goal, but
as I said,
gives that little extra cushion.
But score a draw, but no draw, it's in our hands.
Yeah, and I didn't think the Danes were fantastic. As I said, they only broke us down twice. Really, Poulsen had that header at the end. It was kind of straight at random. I had a very good game actually. Looking forward to tomorrow. What everything's gonna go first. How do you think? We'll start with your lineup. Because actually the lineup yesterday,
it's kind of a tough one to pick in terms of will there be any changes from the game on Saturday.
Myler's going to come back.
Myler is going to come back in. It's really going to be interesting to see who he comes back in for. It's probably going to be Callum O'Dowda.
It was the most brave decision of Martin O'Neill's.
We talked about it and I said Glenn Whelan's going to play.
We were
adamant Glenn Whelan was going to play.
Yeah. But I think most
people were pleasantly surprised to see Callum O'Dowda play, and that was in a number of aspects. One, I thought he had a very, when he was involved, he was very positive. He tried to get forward, he tried to create things, And the second thing, which was a derivative decision of the fact to play without it, was Archer and Hendrick playing in the holding roles. And what I really liked about the game, the first leg, was the fact that they showed that defensive responsibility and they can do the defensive side of things, especially Hendrick. We know he's very good going forward, and he genuinely plays.
A lot of people were disappointed with Hendrick though, at like his performance.
I think he didn't probably have the same kind of attacking threat as he usually does, but I think that was because of the nature of the game.
And I think, as we were kind of saying, like the performance wasn't fantastic, but a lot of the work was unheralded work. Closing down space, putting pressure on players, running. Which is great Irish stuff, great emphasis stuff. But like the likes of the only real bit of quality football shown was Chrissy in that chance.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of the work. People were kind of that was very poor. But they did a lot of the work, and if we qualify,
I think it'll be
win the game. You'll kind of go, well, actually, that was a really good performance.
Yeah.
In hindsight, so we think Moyler will come back in for probably O'Dowd.
I think
it'll be the same team as Wales, except I think Long might play instead of Murphy.
Yeah.
But then anyway, we're at home and we're going to have to win the game.
I think Murphy will start. I wouldn't be surprised if he started Long, but I think Murphy would be very unlucky to be dropped. The thing is about him, and he puts in a shift. I think
we said it a minute ago, it's a thankless task.
Really is on his own. I think he's a better target man, which I think for the first hour, I think we're going to have. It is going to be good. I don't think we're really going to open the game up.
Yeah.
I think with an hour gone, I think that's when you're going to see the likes of Hoolan coming on, maybe McGeady, the likes of Long. I think it's going to be.
Well, if O'Dowd doesn't start, I think he'd be. I think
possibly. He's probably
the 12th man now.
He probably kind of usurped McGeady's position in terms of impact sub and creative kind of.
He's in a lot of form as well. So
he is.
I think and do you think so? I was kind of looking at the game yesterday, and we spoke about it in the lead up to the game, going, we've got 10 players in the yellow card. Do you think of the likes? I don't think McLean had a great game. People saying he had a very good game, but I didn't think he did. But I think it was actually stifled by his fear of getting a yellow card.
Yeah, but it's kind of he showed a discipline, and we touched on it in the preview. He showed a discipline. There wasn't, and I think that's part. I think the teams that also great discipline. I don't think we picked up any. There was one yellow card.
No, there was it. No, there was no yellow card.
That says a lot. Harry actually he probably should have been booked at one stage.
And he didn't get it for Corey Pull. That's why he didn't get it. He said it after as well. He said the referee managed the game very well. He knew he was on a booking, and he kind of was like, right, this is your last warning.
Yeah, so I think a very disciplined performance. I think we're going to have to bring that discipline again into Tuesday.
But we don't have to be as disciplined because there's not the fear of I'm just a second leg of getting a card. So they kind of like passionate things now. It obviously still has to be controlled, but you can be a bit more of yourself. I think that was kind of slightly clean, and there was a few times you're kind of going, why is he standing off? And you go, okay, because I just want to jump in and get caught out. That was quite a positive. So Moyler will probably come back in, probably the same team.
I can't see him making any wholesale changes. He might possibly decide to start with Hoolan, but unlikely.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
We might go a little bit more attacking, but then that could cause Hendrick might be free to play.
Yeah, I think that will. I think having Hendrick in a more advanced role certainly, I think will, and even giving Archer Archer will still be playing a holding role, but him not being the primary holding player, I think will give him more creative freedom. Which I think he's a player who's we talked about before.
If he was on the front foot,
he likes
pushing them high, pressing them high. So
exactly,
that'd be good. I think someone commented on one of our videos, I don't know who it was, and spoke about how the Dublin media, which I didn't know we were part of, so thanks for that.
It was Paul McNamee.
Just spoke about how the Dublin media weren't focusing on how poor Hendrick and Brady have been, and I would agree to an extent about Brady. We've spoken actually on here about Hendrick and Brady's poor form for Ireland, but I think Brady's kind of hit and miss. Like he's got a lot of leeway because that goal he got to Italy.
He's a lot of credit in the bank.
Yeah, he's got a lot of credit in the bank. So, but I do think his deliveries yesterday were poor. In those positions, you're kind of going, this is our main attacking chance here.
They were slightly lackluster.
They were either overhit or underhit. You kind of there was one time he got a great ball in, and Duffy hit it straight. It wasn't a tough shot, but he went straight. And that's Michael. I think Hendrick yesterday, as we said there, it was a lot of kind of.
It was the defensive. He was getting the defensive side of things done. He possibly wasn't. He didn't have his best game in an Ireland shirt in terms of. He wasn't making marauding moves forward and the goal. The one.
And we did say that when he goes forward, or when he hadn't played well for Ireland since about the first half of the Sweden game last year, but in the last couple of games, I think the Moldova game
it's been very consistent.
Yeah, and then the Wales game he was fantastic. Like, he was excellent. He was off for the track and the goal and the assists and everything. But so I do think that they should still be in the starting 11 because they are still our best.
I think even if you look at the familiarity of him and Brady playing together each week, same with Stephen Ward, especially in those kind of more advanced positions, to have players that know each other so well, I think it is a huge bonus for us. And Hendrik certainly has had a good rich Van Horn for his club, and Brady's been doing fairly well for them as well. So hopefully they can bring that form.
If they're both playing more,
if they can bring that form into the second leg against Denmark, I think we certainly are in with a great shape.
Yeah. So looking forward to the game. It's going to be a tense affair. Like I'm already nervous. Like I'm just like, oh god, I hate sitting there. And it's like the 80th minute, and we're like 1-0 up or something. Or it's worse when it's 0-0.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, it's even worse this time if it's 1. If we're 1-0 up and it's 10 minutes to go, we're on back foot.
They need to score 1.
Oh god, the idea of that is like literally makes me feel so ill.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be a tense affair.
Yeah, I think it's going to be similar enough to Saturday night. I mean, I can't see either team really being incredibly open. I think even the fact that the Danes know that they just have to come here, even just one goal could be enough for them, because then if they score once, we score twice, and they're probably going to fancy.
Definitely capable of beating them though, because
we are. And I think, as I said, the first leg
it'll be a big atmosphere. It'll be Ireland at home. We haven't been great at home in this campaign. There's one worry is we didn't beat Serbia, Austria, or Wales at home, but we beaten Bosnia in a second leg playoff 2 years ago, and we beat Germany obviously at home. So I was, the only game home game we lost in the last few years was
Serbia. It
was a competitive game, was to Serbia.
Yeah. But I think
I would be quite confident, and the Serbia game came after Georgia debacle, and it was quite a performance.
I think even when we were looking into the Wales game last month, we said this Irish team always rises to the occasion.
Yeah.
And we talked about the Wales game being one of the biggest games in a long time.
This is the biggest game.
This is the biggest game.
Yeah.
Really, this is the pinnacle.
I think this is the biggest game of my lifetime.
I think it'll really
take apart away the 2002 World Cup, but
I think it'll really be a marker of what point this team is at and where the management is at. We said off camera, we talked about if you'd said to us, at this stage, that we'd get a playoff spot, probably would have been happy. And then we kind of said, playoffs are to be taken on their own merits, because it's 2 games in the space of 4 days.
Yeah.
Anything could happen.
Someone could get sent off in the first minute of the first leg,
and that could throw a whole different spanner in the works. So I think it will be.
So with the Greeks and the Croatians, Greece won. Croatia won 4-1.
We watched the second leg there, and it was it was dire. There was nothing. If the game was over,
Croatians
was over.
You're not going to score here, and we're not going to lose this game. So
I think it's going to be a huge marker of where this side is at, especially with the fact that we don't play another competitive game for a long time after.
We went to the Nations League next November.
Yeah,
that's our next kind of meaningful game.
It's a year.
That's a year if we don't qualify.
That's a year, and I think it'll.
We'll have nothing to talk about here.
Oh well, I'm sure.
We'll be doing League of Ireland next year, but there's also the international games kind of still the main.
I think it'll be an interesting one in terms of if we don't win.
Because apparently O'Neill hasn't
leaves the squad,
signed that deal yet.
But you talk about players, the management as well. Are they necessarily going to stay if we lose? I think a lot of it is up in the air. And it's probably something that's being left unsaid, but it is up in the air. So I think
this is definitely the biggest game.
It's huge.
Every time we play a big game, we're going, this is the biggest game. But I think there's no doubt about it.
Especially
we haven't played for a World Cup in 15 years.
Coming back off the back of the Euros, the qualifying campaign we had. The fact that it's going into a World Cup, massive, absolutely massive,
huge. If you had to predict some sort of outcome, do you know actually Eddie O'Mahony from IrelandSoccerShirts.com was here last week, and I said, what do you think the tie is going to be? And he said Ireland would win on penalties, and me and Jay kind of jokingly went, no one predicted that, but now I'm kind of going, it could be 0-0 again.
I'd like to think we could do it in normal time. I say it for so many Ireland matches. I wouldn't be surprised if we nicked it by a goal to nil from a set piece or counter attack, because that's just how we score. That's how we win games, and we defend.
Yeah, I think it'd be the middle of the second half, and
I can see it around
Duffy or Clark.
Yeah,
would get ahead, and then the next 25-30 minutes will be the worst,
absorbing
most
pressure.
agonising 20 minutes of my entire life.
But that's how it is. That's really how it is.
So you're gonna go for? We'll sneak through.
I think we're gonna sneak through. I'm not even. I think we're gonna win. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do it by the absolute skin of our teeth and by the seat of our pants.
Yeah.
But I think just book the flight, lads.
We're going to Moscow.
We're going to Moscow.
Follow.
Yeah.
I wanna follow the lads to Moscow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our prediction. Our line of view. We've had a long weekend. I'm quite tired, to be honest.
Please get some sleep.
A lot of travelling and a lot of cups of tea. I think one quick note for anyone who was in Denmark, it was a great crack. The Danes were lovely. The managers of the 7-11s were only delighted. I think it was the best day of their lives. The Danes were lovely, fair play to these great hosts. There was a lot of lads just giving out free cans of Carlsberg just outside the Dublin pub. For no reason other than they wanted to. I hope we didn't leave it too much of a mess. Didn't break any windows, and everyone got out of Victoria's Secret alive. So that's pretty good. Yeah. So cheers to the Danes for.
Hopefully you'll get the same hospitality when you're over.
Yeah, I think they're going to Dicey's.
Lucky them.
€2 points.
That's it. They probably heard €2 points. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is this place?
This would be the most like Brazilians and Danes. What the hell's going on here? Give it 9 months time.
They've got no football.
Tan blonde babies coming out in the rotunda. Maybe that's what we're around.
It wouldn't be bad. Could they be taller? They'd be good in the ball.
Good in the ball. Yeah, excellent. So we'll be back at some point after the game with reaction to whatever happens. We'll be outside Lansdowne tomorrow, so please come and talk to us. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say here.
Come on, Ireland.
Come on, Ireland. Like, this is literally the biggest game.
Huge.
Well, I've said it, we're going back in circles now, but this is the biggest game for 15 years. Yeah. 16 years probably since 2001 played Iran. I know the Euros games were big, obviously, and the French game was big, but we didn't go into. Yeah, this is at home to qualify for a World Cup. Go and compete.